Hello and welcome back to the Life After Losses video blog. Last week we talked about sharing, and specifically how sharing our stories and our reviews can help others in their personal journey. And this was all in the backdrop of releasing a new book. This week we're that much closer to the release, and I want to talk about something that I mentioned last week, asking for help. Many of us just don't know how to do it, but it's an essential life skill. So let's jump into this week's entry, number 175, asking for help. And if you can believe it, this is the 31st video in this series. I was raised to be self-reliant. My entire generation was raised that way, or at least the early members of Gen X were. Maybe it was the generation of the fact that my mother raised me as a single parent after the divorce for most of my life. Did I mention my strict German-born mother? To this day, I have a problem asking for help, and sometimes I really need it. I have no problem telling people it's okay to ask for help, yet I'm not that great at taking my own advice. So while researching that topic for the new book that's coming out on May 6th, called Grief Recovery for Adults, I learned a few things about asking for help, which I'm sharing in the book, but also coming up here. You've noticed me asking you for help lately, to spread my message, provide feedback, leave a review, did you? And generally engage, just so I know that I'm on the right track. I liken it to being on stage, when I'm singing my heart out, getting my energy from the crowd. My performer friends tell me that they feed off of the audience's energy, and that's definitely a form of help. Plus, as an audience member, you do get something out of it too, don't you? So I also have a really hard time asking for a sale. Now, I know I'm putting out good content, and a lot of it is free, and I also have courses to teach emotional mastery, forgiveness, and happiness. And maybe if I stopped chasing shiny objects, I could teach that full time, but I need to learn to ask for help. I need to learn how to ask for the sale. So asking for help, I'm getting better. And some of the tips I learned are, first, be clear on what you want. Look, I'm one of the first to raise my hand to help someone, but they've got to be clear on what they're asking for. When my local Boys and Girls Club asks for help, I just need to know what kind of help. Stand in the street and collect donations? Sure, I can stand there and do that. I learned it helps if you create some umbrella categories, like personal help. Do I need someone to listen to me? Am I looking for emotional support? Do I just need companionship when it feels lonely? Or household help. Do I need help with household chores, meal planning, meal prep, doing laundry, or mowing the yard? Financial help. Do I need to borrow a few bucks? Do I need help understanding my budget or the stock market? Grief help. Do I need to talk to someone who understands the wounds and can help me tend to them? Do I need help figuring out my next step in the journey? And well-being help. Do I need someone to help with a workout plan, a gym buddy, or someone just to check in on what I need to do to remain healthy? Once I'm clear on what I want help with, I need to be able to articulate that to someone who can help. And finding the right person is also necessary because I wouldn't necessarily ask my kids for financial advice. They still live at home. You have to choose the right moment. My daughter asks me for help at the most inopportune moments imaginable. Like if I'm driving and she wants to know if I can do XYZ on 2 Tuesdays from now. I can't check my calendar while I'm driving. And similarly, if I'm reading something on my phone and she starts talking and asks me for something, she doesn't have my full attention. She needs to pick the right moment that works for both of us, not just her. So then we need to be clear and direct about what we're asking for. When the Boys and Girls Club asks for help, they may be looking for someone to write a check for $10,000. I can't do that, but I could do it for $100. The point is that asking for help, we have to be flexible in the type of help that is being offered. I'm almost embarrassed to have to add the next one, but be grateful. Express gratitude for the help. A simple thank you goes a long, long, long way. And finally, when we offer to reciprocate the help, express a willingness to help when you can. Asking for help seems daunting to many of us. And again, that could be how we were raised, but we all need to hand at some point in our lives, right? Don't you think we should learn how to ask for it? Until next time.